Time now for Trivia Tracks, with yours truly, Price Robertson, sponsored by Ouachita Valley Respiratory Care and Beth Smith at Edward Jones. Those of you Three Stooges fans, well, some of you probably don't know much about Shemp Howard. Of course, most fans prefer Moe, Larry, and Curly, but Shemp deserves some appreciation. Here is his story. He was born Samuel Horwitz on March 11, 1895, in Brooklyn. He was 2 years older than Moe and 8 years Curly Sr., also the third-born son of the family, following Irving and Benjamin, or Jack as they called him. His given first name, Shmuel, after his grandfather, was anglicized to Samuel, and his parents and brothers usually called him Sam. He got the name Shemp because Sam came out that way in his mother's thick Litvak accent. Like Moe, Shemp caught the acting bug early in life. The two brothers eventually tried their hands as minstrel show-style blackface comedians with an act they called Howard and Howard, a study in black. At the same time, they worked for a rival vaudeville circuit without makeup. By 1922, Moe had teamed up with childhood friend turned vaudeville star Ted Healy in a roughhouse act. One day, Moe spotted Shemp in the audience and yelled at him from the stage. Quick-witted Shemp yelled right back and walked up onto the stage. From then on, he was part of the act, usually known as Ted Healy and his Stooges. That would change in 1928, when Larry Fine joined the act. In between, Shemp married his wife Gertrude Babe Frank and would welcome a son, Mort. On stage, Healy sang and told jokes, while his three noisy assistants got in his way, and Healy retaliated with physical and verbal abuse. In 1930, the act made their first film appearance in Soup to Nuts, Shemp's only film as one of Healy's gang. Moe, Larry, and Shemp briefly left Healy to form an act of their own, but were called back by their old boss in the summer of 1932. However, Shemp was fed up with Healy's drinking and abrasiveness and decided to leave. While younger brother Jerome, better known as Curly, replaced him, Shemp began a successful career as a character actor, appearing as Nobby Walsh in the Joe Palooka short comedies for Vitaphone, part of Warner Brothers. He appeared in other Vitaphone shorts as well, opposite comedians such as Roscoe Fatty Arbuckle, not long before the latter's death. Shemp seldom stuck to the script. He livened up scenes with ad-lib dialogue and wisecracks, which became his trademark. He even attempted to lead his own group of Stooges in 1934 short The Knife of the Party. By 1937, he had followed his brother's lead, moved to the West Coast, and landed supporting roles at several studios, including Universal, Columbia, and MGM, and opposite such noteworthy comics as W.C. Fields, Olson and Johnson, and Abbott and Costello. In 1935, he made a rare dramatic turn as a gangster in the movie Convention Girl. In 1944, Columbia gave Shemp his own series of two reel comedies, but in 1946, Curly was felled by a stroke that claimed him 6 years later. At Moe's urging, Shemp returned to the Three Stooges. Though he may have had big shoes to fill, the act remained very popular, making several TV appearances during the medium's infancy. In 1949, the Stooges filmed a pilot for a show called Jerks of All Trades, which was not picked up. In 1951, Shemp made his only feature film appearance as member of the Stooges in the Western Gold Raiders. By 1954, the trio was still going strong with their short comedies. By this time, many of their entries were remakes of earlier shorts, complete with stock footage. Moe planned on getting Columbia to put the trio into feature films of their own, but on November 22, 1955, tragedy struck like lightning. On his way home from a boxing match, one of his favorite pastimes, Shemp was joking with friends in a taxi when he slumped over on another's lap, holding his burning cigar. He died instantly of a heart attack at the age of 60. Moe was stunned, having lost two of his brothers within a 3-year period. He even considered disbanding the Stooges, but being the professionals Moe and Larry were, the show had to go on. Following Shemp's death, 4 shorts left in their contract were done using existing stock footage of Shemp, with supporting player Joe Palma doubling for Shemp in newer footage. At one point, Moe and Larry thought about continuing as the Two Stooges, but studio execs dismissed the idea. It wasn't long before Joe Besser replaced Shemp, and the Three Stooges soldiered on, although Columbia discontinued production of the Stooge comedies later in the 1950s. Till next time, I'm Price Robertson. Amazed by today's trivia? Then join me every Monday through Friday morning for Trivia Tracks on Fox Sports Camden 97.1.